Hey, and just a quick reminder that the audio-only versions of these Vital MX interviews are available on the Vital MX podcast page. Search for it anywhere you get your pods and let your friends know about it. All right, guys, it's Dark Side back again. Tonight I've got a special guest, privateer sensation. If you're on social media, you know all about this guy, my buddy, Logan Karnow. What's going on, Logan?
Oh, what's up, dude? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I am really excited about this. I've kind of known you've been working on something for your 23 season for a while, and we're going to get into that. But I want to go back a little bit so people kind of know what happened through your last couple years. 2021, as a privateer, you had your best season ever with a 10th overall in the 250 East. That's pretty successful. That's a successful season for a privateer.
Yeah, I was definitely pretty pumped on that. That's back when I was riding for the Mad Parts Cows, the International Supercross team is what it was called back then. But Bubba Pauly's team, it was awesome. He approached me a few months before that season, and ended up getting all the details worked out. And I rode for them, and it was amazing. And started out strong at the first heat race of the year. Actually, ended up getting like a second place start at the Houston 1, I think it was. And yeah, ended up getting fifth place in that heat race, and kind of carried the momentum throughout that whole series. I didn't miss a main event all year and in the 250 class. And obviously that was the year the East Coast was kind of getting a little bit depleted towards the end, but hey man, I'll take it any way I can get it. And
yeah, that doesn't matter.
You got seventh place at the last round, and yes, 10th in points. It was huge. I actually ended up qualifying for the East-West shootout too, which was a bucket list thing for me for a very long time.
Very cool. Yeah, that doesn't matter that it was getting a little quote unquote thin. You stayed healthy and you did your job.
Yeah, I mean, I worked my butt off that whole season, and yeah, it definitely paid off.
Yes, and it paid off in 2022. Again, as a privateer, you're trying to figure out what your plans are. You're trying to figure out what team you're going to ride for. If there's an option, is this team going to make it worth my while? And you work out a deal with your own sponsor, your own setup, basically, to do your own team. And that seems like it's going pretty well until about mid-season. And kind of just give everybody a reminder of what happened.
Yeah, my plan was to keep riding for Bubba Pauly's team for the 22 season. I was super happy. I was damn near ready to sign the papers, and got approached by this guy locally around here, supposed money guy, and threw all this money in my face. And it was a tough call for me, but I ended up taking the risk and kind of slapped me in the face. About 9 rounds into the series, I started noticing some stuff wasn't going like it was supposed to go, and then ultimately the dude took my bikes back from me, was going to report everything as stolen, and which really sucked too, because I seriously pride myself in being nice to everybody. I feel like I have a very good name in the sport. I mean, previous sponsors and everything, they all talk very highly of me still, which is cool. But yeah, this dude really did me dirty. And after that, Friday of Detroit Supercross, I went up, got me a brand new dirt bike at Kennedy Cycles, had some buddies come over, frame my older bikes, get this all. I mean, everybody already knows all this shit, but ended up having a career best, which was cool. That got a lot of publicity in the sport, and then started getting some crazy sponsors after that. Hannah Ray, she was the first one to reach out to me. I was never even thinking about doing title sponsors like per race, but she ended up reaching out to me, and yeah, my season was just on an uptrend after that. It was awesome.
Yeah, so Hannah Ray is a member of OnlyFans. She has an OnlyFans account, and somehow she had heard about your situation and reached out. Yeah, and what was the deal you guys worked out? It was a 1-race deal to begin with, I think.
Yeah, it was. Right after Detroit, I was just going through some of my message requests, and I had a message request from this cute girl. She had 25,000 followers. I was like, damn, who's this girl? And yeah, she ended up typing me out a nice little paragraph of any way she can help. And she was like, how much would it cost for you to do? Actually, she didn't ask me. She was like, this is what I'd pay you. Will you do it for me? And I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. That's a good little chunk of change for a privateer racing on a weekend. And yeah, went from there. She ended up staying with me for the next weekend in Indy, and then, sorry, what was it, Seattle after that? So she was with me for 2 races.
Indy, Detroit, Seattle, I think.
Yeah, and then after that, kind of just had so many people reaching out to me wanting to do the same thing, which is really cool, and ended up being able to make a little bit of money as a privateer, which was cool, from everybody helping me out. And yeah, that was huge for me. Ultimately, it was really a blessing because I've had a lot of success ever since he's done this to me,
Yeah, so Hannah Ray reaches out, and it sounds like, as I recall from some of the things that she put on her social media, like almost instantly, a lot of the moto fans supported her by following her, and of course she gets income from that, and it like worked out for both of you. It wasn't like she lost money doing this.
No, not at all. She she was like, I don't know if she said tripled or quadrupled like her daily or weekend sales that she like normally has, which was really cool. And actually, I kind of posted that. I was like, you mind if I actually like post this? Cause it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I posted that, and then, obviously I had a good bit of girls reaching out to me and companies and stuff like that. And it was awesome how it actually all worked out.
Yeah, we talk about all the time with different media sources, interview the privateers, and you're trying to figure out, right, how you guys as privateers have to figure out a way to earn a living because the purse money isn't enough generally. So guys like yourself, Kevin Moran's, you're trying to find your own sponsors, and it's a lot of work to do on your own, and you're traveling weekend to weekend, usually in a Sprinter or a van. You're not flying, so you don't really have time to practice. Hit a local track. So it's very difficult as a privateer to do this job and be successful.
Yeah, it really is. Like, I feel like myself, Moran's, Justin Starling, like we all do it a completely different way, but we found out how to make money not being on a team. Like, yes, me, Kevin, and Justin, we could all get, satellite rides if we wanted, pretty much any of them probably. But the way we look at it, like, we can take on any sponsors. If somebody's like, here, I want to give you $500 if you can promote me this weekend, you'd be tough to do if you're on the team. So, and if you get your stuff figured out, market yourself right, you can actually do pretty good as a privateer. Kind of got it figured out, which is really, really cool for me.
Yeah, I think that's something fairly new in the last couple of years, where you privateers are figuring out that you can do it on your own if, again, you just use the word, market yourselves properly.
Yep.
And you're finding, I think the term is non-endemic sponsors. So outside sponsors, and OnlyFans comes in,
for sure.
And it's very outside the box, but it worked very well for you. It created a lot of media and social media excitement. So I think it was really a cool idea. And let's face it, most of the moto fans are younger males. So a Hannah Ray was very appealing to that group. And then, of course, Ashley Faith supported you at the finals. I got to meet her. Yep. She was rad. Her boyfriend's a fan of the sport, and kind of told her about it. And I think it went real well for her too, as well as you. So moving on to 2023, you have to decide, well, what's my next move? So tell us what you got going on.
Yeah, this was crazy. So we did try reaching out to quite a few companies, thinking we'd try to get a cool title sponsor, and we ended up reaching out to OnlyFans. I was literally just laying in bed, and I went on OnlyFans' Instagram, and they had an email. So I just shot them an email, kind of gave them a quick little rundown of what went on, and I immediately heard back from them, and we ended up setting up a Zoom meeting and kind of getting all this stuff going. And OnlyFans is going to be my title sponsor for 2023. It's going to be really, really cool. They're an awesome company, and I'm really, 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 really fortunate to have this opportunity, and it's going to be crazy.
Well, without giving obviously the exact dollar amount, how much, I saw you recently got bikes and you're getting things together. So is this covering your whole season for the most part?
Yeah. It's
good for you.
I'm a lucky guy.
That's awesome, man.
Cool. I was given one bike from Kennedy Cycles. They're a very small dealership here in a local town around here. They do as much as they possibly can for me, but they're such a small dealership that they don't get very many bikes in. So I ended up actually going out and just buying a Kawasaki from another dealership just at full retail. Just so I got two bikes, because I still have my bike that I bought last year before the Detroit round that I'm going to end up selling. So, I'm really not that much in the hole with bikes, but it's going to be sweet.
Yeah, and tell everybody a little bit more about OnlyFans, because I think there is a thought process that people think it's only, we'll say X-rated type stuff. And that is not the case. OnlyFans has a lot of other options.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, I really didn't even know this, but OnlyFans was initially started for, fans of athletes, entrepreneurs, actors,
musicians,
athletes, whatever it may be, like to see it kind of behind the scenes of, what they do and what they don't post on social media, for like a flat fee or however they do it. I mean, some people have OnlyFans for free, and it's cool. Just kind of just stuff that they don't post on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever it is. But yeah, OnlyFans is it's really, really cool. I actually just made one. I'll be having that available soon. I'm going to post stuff on there that I don't post on like my social medias, and yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited for you, man. We always talk about like, how can we grow the sport? How can we bring more money into the sport? And guys like yourselves, privateers, are very important to have on the line to fill these spots, to have, extra guys in the races. Right. And for OnlyFans to come on board, I mean, it's just really cool, because we hear all the time how hard it is to get sponsors from outside the industry, and it didn't seem that hard for you, dude. Just send an email.
I mean, honestly, I got lucky. It
Sure.
was so much easier than I anticipated. It was very quick how it all worked out.
Have they talked to you? You said you did a Zoom with them. Have they talked about like what their expectations are, social media wise, posts, or even results? What do they want from you?
So obviously last year helped me out a lot. They went on my social media, and on the first Zoom meeting, he talked about like, we've looked at everything on, Google, your Facebook, Instagram, and all this. I'm like, I feel like I'm the guy for the job. I mean, the last picture that I posted was that picture that I tagged Ken Roxon in. I don't know if you saw that. I was like starting a team, and I had OnlyFans on the shroud, and that would just so happened to be shortly after I reached out to OnlyFans, and that's like one of the first things I saw. So I was like, well, that kind of worked out for me, even though it's totally irrelevant.
Yeah.
But I mean, they can go back and see, OnlyFans on my shroud and all that stuff. So results wise, we didn't even really talk much about results. They just, they're going to get more publicity with me doing the social media stuff, I think, more than results. But yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure they can go back and they can look at Hannah Ray's, and they can look at Ashley Faith's accounts from the time.
Yep.
And they can see that, that there was an upswing in their viewership, their subscriptions from when they helped you, and they can see the numbers. It's right there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. It was, like I said, it was so unexpected of a whole thing after everything that happened. And I mean, even when Hannah Ray reached out, that was completely unexpected to see the growth in her OnlyFans and social medias and all that stuff. That was just crazy how it all worked out. And I texted Hannah Ray right after I secured this deal with OnlyFans, like a nice little paragraph I sent her. I thanked her for everything. I was like, man, none of this would have happened if you would not have just slid in my DM. If you would have never slid in my DM, none of this would have happened for me. So I just thanked her.
It's always positive when a pretty lady slides into your DMs. It's always positive.
Absolutely.
Well, okay. But so we'll get back to the actual training side and stuff. I'm sure you're getting ready to start training. You got to start prepping for A1 or whichever. Are you doing 450s or 250s?
Yeah, I'm actually going to do 450 all year. I just decided this a few weeks ago, and I think that's the right move for me. I'm getting older and been racing for a few years now, and I always do 450 class half the year anyway. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to focus full time on 450 class and see what I can do. Hopefully, do some damage.
Good for you, man. Yeah, make a little extra money once you make those mains. The money's better in that class.
Hopefully the money's better this year. They're talking about bumping the purse up. That'd be nice. I'd like to see a little purse outline of how that all works.
Well, yeah, and if you go out there and do well, you'll qualify. You might qualify for the Super Motocross World Championship at the end of the season. There's a little more money involved once you get to those last 3 rounds.
Yeah, it'd be sweet. I think it'll be tough for me,
Yeah, because you don't do outdoors.
Because I don't race outdoors. But
well, go win a main event, dude.
I'll see. Yeah, so all I got to do is win one, right?
Yeah, just win one main event and you're in. No problem. Well, where are you going to be training? Where are you going to be training?
I'm actually going to be training down at Bubba Pauley's again.
Okay.
I'm going to be leaving there Monday. I think when we release this pod, it'll probably be Sunday. So, yeah, tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, it'll be cool. We have a good little training camp down there. Me and Bubba, we mesh well together. We push each other. Usually Joanne Cross is there. Should have some riders out there this year. Should be good.
Well, fantastic, man. I am looking forward to seeing your success with this new gig, with the OnlyFans support. I think it's only an upswing for you. Your results seem to get better every year. I mean, I know last year you had some issues because you didn't get to finish out the 250 season, basically, and you got kind of screwed. But your writing improves every year, and your social media reach improves every year, and it's really it's showing, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I work hard at the social media stuff. I just try to be myself. Like I feel like everybody in this industry is just robots. Like everybody posts the same shit. Like it just gets repetitive. Like if I'm out having a beer with my buddies, like I'll post that I'm out having a beer with my buddies. Like people just don't do that. And like, I don't understand why, but I mean, I'm just myself and I think people can relate to that. And yeah, I don't know. I just, people can relate.
Well, it's working, Logan, and I am thankful that you reached out and asked to do this because I've been waiting because I knew it was coming. So this is exciting, man.
I mean, you're kind of a big deal now, bro. So
yeah.
I'm glad you let me do this.
I had to make time for you because you're a big deal. Yeah. So all right, man.
I appreciate it, dude.
Absolutely, man. I'm glad we've become buddies, and I enjoyed doing this, and I look forward to seeing you at A1, bro.
Yep, sounds good, dude. I will see you there. Okay. Hey, look for if anybody wants to come over and say what up, dude. Just look for the Bayo OnlyFans. Easy up.
I love it.
Banners, everything. My bike's gonna be full OnlyFans. My van will be wrapped OnlyFans. It'll be some cool shit.
Cannot wait, Logan. Thanks for doing this, man.
All right, thanks.
All right.